The KLAA, we'll start there, has really come down to the KLAA West for much of the last few seasons. Brighton and Hartland are winners of the West for the past 4 seasons and have gone on to win the conference championship as well. So win the West, win the conference. Better yet, win Livingston County, win the West, win the conference. But it just might finally be time for someone other than the Eagles or the Bulldogs to climb the ladder, right? Howell, who's essentially taken a back seat to cross-county big brothers, Hartland and Brighton, returns arguably 2 of the top prospects in the game today. You got senior Luke Storm, who is a stud, and I don't use that term lightly. He's got the measurables. He's got the skill and ability. I raved about Mr. Hockey frontrunner Aiden Cook on a previous episode of the pod, but if there's one prospect that could rival Cook for a hypothetical first overall pick of the high school hockey draft, it's Storm, in my opinion. That's not to take anything away either from teammate Chad Patilla on the back end as well, who could quite possibly be the best defenseman in the state. You can make a case for him as the top prospect as well, a top prospect overall, not just as a defenseman. And I'd have a tough time arguing against it. So after all, I mean, him and Cook were the only 2 juniors to be named to Dream Team last season. On top of that, you got Bryce Escala, Bryce Patilla, Marco Wolf. This team's top 5, your starting 5, so to speak, is better than anyone else's in the state. They shouldn't just be seen as the top team in Livingston County, but consideration for the top team in the state. You know, Howell's never won the West, which means they've never won the KLAA either. That changes this winter, as I think the Highlanders sweep the county, sweep the division, and yes, sweep the conference, among other accomplishments I expect them to achieve along the way this season. And that doesn't mean I'm writing off Hartland or Brighton or anything crazy like that. Eagles, for instance, have a new coach. Longtime assistant John Brown takes over after Rick Gadwa stepped down over the offseason. I'm tapering expectations here slightly just because Hartland lost so much in graduation last spring. Ian Castamo, Ty Kraut, 13 seniors in total that the first-year coach will have to replace. Ian Evans can certainly help anchor them offensively, and second-year goaltender Vinny Sabalo will certainly help steady the ship as well. Adding not 1, not 2, but 3 AAA prospects to the mix is quite a luxury as well when you got guys like Max Bogatitis, Braden Stevens, and Ben Watrapont getting added to the mix. But I just think replicating the run from last season, 22 wins and a near upset of number 1 ranked CC in the playoffs, will be no easy task. So I do expect at least a slight regression, to be fair to Hartland there. Brighton, on the other hand, may still be a year away, I think. The Bulldogs' 2027 class is talented, but still young and gaining experience with each game on the schedule. Tim Peterson, Vince Walkup, Mitch Wysocki, guys like Connor Duffney, Emerson Bozak, Landon Hall even are even younger than the previous group I just mentioned. So I think that core group here needs some seasoning still a little bit, some experience on the ice. Seniors Reese Hutchinson and Eddie Wheeler will give the group a chance to win now, so to speak, and the Bulldogs will still win plenty of games and be in that top 25 team mix, no doubt. But like I said, I still think they're a year away and likely third in this particular 3-team race going on in Livingston County. As far as the rest of the West, it's good too. Tommy Marinoff has basically led Northville in scoring every year for the past 3 years. Not too many of those going around the state. Now he's a senior. I think we could see his best season yet, especially considering the addition of first-year senior Ethan Egglesky, who just led the MDHL in scoring this fall. 14 goals, 27 points in just 11 games. That's a tough league. And Egglesky was the highest producer of the bunch. Mustangs may not be in contention for a division title with as deep as the West is, but they'll make statewide noise, no doubt, especially in non-con games for sure. Novi, under second-year coach Anthony Leitz, they won 15 games in his first season and should only get better as the longer his tenure runs. Brady Chippa, I've seen him multiple times now since he came in as a freshman for Novi. I don't quite understand how he got cut from the MD this past fall. That one's a tough one for me. Keep Chippa on your radar, especially for all the hockey sycophants out there like myself dialed into the high school hockey scene. He has a big junior year for Novi. Look out. Could really shoot up some people's radars, I think. The other half of the KLAA, if I'm reading the standings correctly on the Hockey Hub, Stevenson has won the East every year that it's been an East-West split. Probably still the favorite to do so again this season as well, despite the departure of 16-year coach and high school hockey Hall of Famer Dave Mitchell. First-year coach Jay Thompson should benefit, I think, a little bit from having a large senior class of 13 returning players deep. That's a nice little luxury to have as you step in your inaugural season behind the bench. Plenty of experience back in the lineup for a team whose season ended in overtime of the Division II state championship last season. I don't know that they'll have a high-end top line like the Spartans have had in the past. Top scorers Owen Hall, Connor Buchanan, Christian Lang are all gone via graduation. But I do believe the depth is still there, as is the experience. Obviously, a lot of guys who were a part of that state final run last year. This group knows how to prepare, knows what it takes to win, and knows what it takes to make a run. Strong defensively, too. Colin Strobel, Dawson Wallace on the back end are two talented, effective defensemen. That should bode pretty well for the Spartans. As far as the rest of the East Division, could be a bit of a rebuild mode, I think, as you look at some of the other teams, but there's still something to like about all of them. Salem will be young, right? Graduated their big three, big four, technically, looking at that senior class. So I do think second-year forward and underclassman Andrew Wiedenbach, I like his game a lot. Tons of potential there, but may be asked to do a lot more this season than he has in previous seasons. Same goes for guys like Will Schlee at Canton. He led the Cobras in scoring each of the last 2 years. He's still an underclassman, just going to be a junior this year. Plymouth's Adrian Clark might be the best forward in the division. Chew on that one for a minute. Wildcats graduated a ton, though, too. So just a ton of turnover in the KLAA East this year. So